LeBron goes to L.A., it's going to be special. If LeBron goes there, it'll be a show again.
I don't think we're going to get a chance to see mercenary LeBron, who just links up with the Houston Rockets to go try to beat the Golden State Warriors.
Pablo, should the Lakers give up anything and everything to trade for Kawhi so they can get LeBron?
The entire reason why you stockpile and hoard and accumulate all of these assets is to get a true superstar.
We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
LeBron James is a Los Angeles Laker.
4-year, $154 million a max deal. That's what he can sign in L.A. Likely an opt-out after 3 years that could put him back in free agency or negotiate a new deal.
Now, the contract length is important here. That is a commitment saying that I don't feel this urgency to make sure we go all in this summer.
First of all, I'm ecstatic. I think it was the right situation, the right call for him to make. He wasn't going to get anything accomplished in Cleveland. That was obvious. Philadelphia, it just wasn't a good fit for him to be paired with Ben Simmons, not to mention the fact that, in terms of their playing style and the locale as well, going from Cleveland to Philadelphia, just didn't make much sense. But the big thing is that you got to give kudos to Magic Johnson.
There's a lot of question about how this would be received by Kobe Bryant, right? He's the guy that you're talking about the Mount Rushmore Lakers, right? There's Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. Is there room on the mountaintop for LeBron James? I can tell you right now. I reached out to Kobe just a minute ago, and he is ecstatic. I mean, the first emoji I got was 3 fists, the arm where you're flexing your muscle there. And then he just simply said in all caps, "I love it."
Did you talk to LeBron James once the news came out? And if you did, what'd you say?
Yeah. I talked to him yesterday and just told him welcome, man. It's crazy because we've played together on several Olympic teams and have been around each other for All-Star games and things of that nature. And I've always talked about getting together and working out, doing that sort of stuff, but never ever really materialized because, I have my stuff going on here in LA and he was doing his thing in Cleveland and Miami. But now, he's part of the family. Whatever he needs, I got him. When I came here, Magic did the same thing for me.
Tell me the ripple effect this has on the rest of the NBA, this move that you call seismic.
Well, first, they have another max slot. They can very easily create a second max salary slot. Now that they have them, they can, they could use that on a player, a current player. They can hold on to that space. They can sign a player on a 1-year deal and open that space back up next year when Kawhi Leonard's a free agent. Jimmy Butler from Minnesota, potentially Klay Thompson in Golden State.
Luke Walton, you were a former Laker coach and obviously a Laker legend. How does a young guy like that, that's still trying to make his bona fides in the NBA, how does he coach a guy, a talent like this?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is, swallow your pride as a coach and understand that you got one of the greatest players that's ever played, who is also one of the smartest players that's ever played. So, you're going to have to bend his ear a lot and try to get into his head and see how he understands this game and what he sees out there on the floor, what he sees his team developing into in the next couple of years.
I sense that there's this clarity that comes from being above the fray, from being above the concern about how you're perceived and what people on our show and your show and morning shows say about him, and being a father and seeing the world through the eyes of Bronny and his boys and his children, his daughter as well.
Timing is everything. Malcolm Gladwell has written books about it. That Michael Jordan came around at the same time that cable television came around, and the whole thing expanded together, and they grew together. LeBron James coming around at the same time as the explosion of social media, and he has figured out how to use that, and he will be the first one to sort of blaze this trail for so many others who will follow.
Absolutely, and this is bigger than basketball. The Los Angeles Lakers aren't favorites to win the championship next year. We still got to see growth from Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. We saw a lot of the moves they made during the offseason. But for LeBron, this is actually the perfect landing spot at this point of his career as a farewell. LeBron James may be in the NBA when his son becomes a member of the league. How about that? And that can happen as he plays in Los Angeles under Magic Johnson, as he alluded to. The one thing that you kind of mentioned earlier, but Magic ain't in uniform. Right. That's the one thing. So Laker fans, and there are people that are stupidly defacing murals that have LeBron James' face on them, they ultimately want to see championships. So you can control the narrative and the message. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to get that accomplished.
At the end of the day, guys that love to play ball, I love that. I mean, eyebrows is always going to get raised when my name is involved anyway, so it shouldn't even be a surprise.